Welcome back to the NextSciPaper channel, and thanks for joining me for another session. In our previous lesson, if you remember, we talked about the Google Scholar search engine and learned how to extract journals related to our field of study. Generally, when we want to find a scientific article, we have three main pathways: through Google Scholar, through citation databases that collect journals from different fields, such as engineering, medicine, social sciences, management, or mixed areas, and the third pathway is the journals themselves, which are the original publishers of the articles. We already covered the search engine part, and in today's session, we're going to explore the user interface of academic journals. Almost all journals follow a set of basic principles. Once you understand these principles, you can open any journal website, navigate it easily, access different sections, and download articles without confusion. I've prepared 5 journals from 5 different fields. As a quick reminder of the previous session, let's jump into Google Scholar. We open Google Scholar, click the menu, and go to the metrics section. There, you'll see the top journals. Then we click View All, choose a category, and select our list. I picked 5 journals from different disciplines and brought them here. Before entering the journal websites, we need to understand a few key points. Journals are usually categorized based on different criteria. For example, based on their subject area, they fall into 4 major groups: medical, engineering, social sciences, and basic sciences. They can also be categorized by publication type. Some are news-style journals that don't focus on peer-reviewed research and mostly share scientific updates. Some are review journals that publish review articles. And some are research journals that publish original scientific studies. Another classification is based on the review process. A very small number publish without peer review, but more than 90% of journals use peer review. And finally, journals differ in access type. Many are paid and subscription-based, while many others are open access, meaning you can read them for free. Across all these categories, journals share a set of common features. That's what we're focusing on today. Their differences are too many to cover in one session, but their similarities are consistent and predictable. For example, almost all journals have a publisher logo, a search bar, featured articles, and most importantly, a navigation menu. This navigation menu contains items that appear in almost every journal. Let's explore these features in practice. The first journal I selected from Google Scholar is a journal focused on nanotechnology, established in 2007. When we open the homepage, we immediately see a menu with sections that appear in nearly all journals. The first and most important one is the search bar. Every journal has a search environment where you can search using a keyword, a DOI code, or an author's name. A journal like ACS, which we're currently viewing, also has multiple sub-publishers under its umbrella. Some journals also offer an advanced search section with more specialized tools for precise searching. The second common section is Contact Us, usually found at the bottom of the page in the footer. There, you can contact the publisher through email, Facebook, X, formerly Twitter, YouTube, or other platforms. Next, we have the About the Journal section, which is extremely important. When you want to submit an article, this section helps you understand what the journal is about, its goals, its recent performance, how it handles peer review, and what benefits authors gain from publishing there. You'll also find the journal's ISSN codes, both print and online versions. A quick tip: if you want to view the journal in full screen mode, press F11 on your keyboard. This works only if your FN lock is enabled, which you can activate by pressing FN plus Escape. The next item is Access Options, which tells you whether the journal is subscription-based or open access. For example, in this journal, if we open the top menu, we see Access Options explaining that if you're affiliated with a university, you may not need to pay, or that the journal might be fully open access. Another common section is Events and Conferences, which appears in about 95% of journals. Next is the Table of Contents, one of the most important sections. Even if the journal doesn't explicitly write Table of Contents, any section labeled content usually leads you to the topics and research areas the journal covers. Then we have previous issues, or the journal archive. Journals publish multiple volumes and issues. If we click current issue, we see the latest one. But by selecting list of issues, we can access past years and locate articles easily if we know the volume and issue numbers. Another section is recent articles, which shows the latest published papers. For example, clicking See All Articles displays everything. You might also see ASAP articles, meaning articles published as soon as possible. These are fast-track papers released quickly due to urgent scientific need, like during the COVID-19 pandemic. Next is instructions for authors. If you want to submit a paper, you must follow the journal's rules, format, font, spacing, and the document template. These navigation items appear across journals, even though their design may vary. For example, if we open a physics journal like Energy, we'll see the same features: archives, about section, aims, open access options, and advanced search. A nutrition journal may look different visually, but the same core items appear. A weekly medical journal also shows events and about sections immediately. And a tourism management journal under Science Direct follows the same structure because Science Direct is Elsevier's massive publishing platform. In the advanced search section of many journals, you'll be asked for details like volume and issue numbers. Let me explain briefly. Imagine a journal called Journal of Science that has been publishing for 5 years. Since it's the 5th year, we're in volume 5. Most journals assign 1 volume per year. Within that year, the journal may publish multiple times, say 6 times. Each publication is an issue. Each issue contains many articles, each with its own title. In the past, articles inside each issue also had a number, shown as N. And finally, every article has page numbers. With the volume, issue, and article number, you can locate any paper precisely using the search tool. Today's session was just an introduction to the journal interface and the shared menu items across journals. In the next session, Session 6, we'll talk about references and citations. Terms like citation count, impact factor, and H-index appear everywhere in journals, and to understand them, we must first understand how references work. References are a huge world of their own, with styles like Vancouver, APA, and Chicago. We'll create a full playlist on them later, but next session we'll have a short introduction and learn some key terms. I hope you found this session helpful.